Okay, this is a walkthrough on how to go from 0 to recording once you've already set up your Studio Live 32 with a PC. So, as you can see, I've turned on the Studio Live 32 and it's asking me to log in. So I'm going to do that. Press the login button. Current user profile, default administrator. That's great. So now we can just press home, and if we want, we could go to DAW mode, or UCNet rather. And then, as you can see, we don't actually have our thing in the drop down that we want. If we go here and we use the jog wheel, normally we'd be able to see Studio One. Well, the reason it's not there is because it's not up on the PC. So let's go ahead and launch it on the PC and see what happens. Go over here, fire it up. Wait a moment while it starts. Okay, right away it recognizes the mixer. You can see it right there. And then let's go back over here. Let's see. Oh, look, it seems to have fixed itself. So now, if we go to the drop down, you can see it's pointed at Studio One. In this case, it gives you the firmware number, WinX64, and that's the IP of that desktop. And just to review, the IP of this is in the same range, so they're friends. They just differ in the last number, and when I set it up, I had to make sure to set up the same gateway and stuff. So that's all good. So now we can go to DAW, and that's great. It's all working. But for now, we're going to actually take it back out of DAW. So now this is just our normal mode on the mixer. And we want to do this so that we can set up the routing properly. So first things first, we're going to go over here and we're going to create a new song. Up in here. Create a new song. Like that. Now, here's where it's fun. You've got the Styles tab. Empty song is probably good. Interfaces tab. Well, guess what? If we scroll down far enough, you will find a Studio Live 32 session right there. And all the default stuff should be good. 44.1 kilohertz, 24-bit is good. Song length, I don't know about that. Initial length of song, so I guess that's the default of the interface. That's the default tempo, shouldn't really matter for you. Stretch audio files to song tempo. So if you notice that things are playing backward, it's probably because the tempo got changed. Or you could turn this option off. I'll just leave it for now because it might be useful later. So we hit OK. Great. Now the song pops up and everything is ready to record. So that's not good because you're going to eat up your whole hard drive really fast if you do that. So if you hold Alt and Shift, I believe, I'm going to double check that, and you left click one of the record buttons, it should turn them all off. I got to set down the phone to do this though. Okay, Alt, Shift, click. As you can see, Alt, Shift, click turned off every record button. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually turn on just channels 1 and 2, because these are the channels where we've plugged in some microphones. So let's just check our routing back here. Oh yeah, that looks good. Mics 1 and 2. Cool, and just to prove it, they correspond to these microphones, both kind of in the vicinity of this floor tom here. So we aren't going to be able to hear it though until we set up our routing. So to do that, we've got to select channel 1, which is great, and then the input right now is set for USB. So that means that it's going to be playing back what's coming in from the computer. So we're going to switch that over to analog. And as you can see right away, I should be getting some levels now. If I switch it back to USB, no more levels. So good, we've got levels. We've also got a mic on channel 2 for redundancy. Okay, USB, switch that also to analog. Great. And here's the other settings for my channels as well, so this could matter. If you go into settings on either one of these, oops, not that one, the settings button, here's what they look like right now. Ta-da! And that's all in a working state, so could be useful later on. Anyway, now I think we're actually ready to record. So we can do that all from the interface, which is great. So I'm gonna just hit the record button there, and then I can look over here at the computer and you can see the playhead is moving and it's already begun recording what we're doing. So sorry for my shaky cam action here, but we're gonna play. As you can see, it's actually doing stuff, dying down now, but that's cool. It is recorded. So now we can go back to this guy and just hit the stop button. Now, I want to rewind it and then I want to play it back. But you can probably guess what's wrong here. We're not going to hear anything because these are still routed to be playing analog. So they're still passing through what the microphones are doing. If we switch these back to USB, we've got that really cool bug again. So instead of that, we need to fix that. So select a channel, select channel 2. I remember how to do this. Digital send source, we change that to analog. Okay, same thing over here. Change this over channel 1, change that to USB. Digital send source, change it to analog. Now we'll see if it works. Here, let's go ahead and use the tape head to rewind it. Hit play. Let's bring our volume levels back up. Should be playing just about now. There we go. So now if we wanted to just continue recording after that, we can just hit stop at this point. Just switch these back over. I think we're now dialed in. Analog. Analog. Okay, cool. Now we should be able to hit record. Do some more really fancy drumming. Cool, and as you can see, we made a recording on the machine as well. So we'll go back, use the transport controls, make it stop, and then I want to, let's see, rewind. Oh, that took me a little far. I wonder if I could just, no. I wish there was a way to shuttle easily. There probably is, but we don't know yet. Anyway, I'll just click in the screen. And as you can see, I've kind of got these two blobs now of stuff that we've recorded. So should just be able to hit play, and then again it won't play back until we go here, set up playback from USB, change it to analog, select USB, analog. Yep, and that's it. That's how you record. So then once you've done all that, you want to save it. So go up here, file, save. And then what I like to do after recording stuff is I like to save as, And then I'll just be like, save as 01. Great. All right, thank you. Hopefully this helps somebody.